What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So, a lot of you guys might be wondering what the hell's going on. How come you have Onami? Well, the thing is, I did the 30 gem multi on part 3. Lo and behold, not only did I pull Otama, which I didn't have, but I also pulled the brand new Sugo Fest exclusive V2 Nami, otherwise known as Onami. So I am super ecstatic to the fact that I was able to summon this character. She's really interesting. She's definitely not one of my favorite legends in the game, but she is definitely an interesting character. So before we get into the showcase video that you guys will be seeing today, I want to give you guys just a quick rundown once again of her abilities for those of you who don't know what she does. So her stats across the board looking pretty okay. She is a quick striker cerebral character, typical Nami classes right there, being striker and cerebral. Her captain ability is very interesting. So it reduces your special charge time by 2 turns at the start of the quest. That is ridiculously good. It'll also go ahead and boost your crew's attack by 3 times. And then if you have 4 more characters of the same type that are on your team, you get a 3.75 times attack boost to that type. And an additional 1.1 times color affinity also to that type. So you can build some pretty interesting teams with this. It is similar in a way to V2 Shanks, but V2 Shanks is a little bit different in the fact that, you know, as long as you have 4 characters of the same color, everyone gets a boost. Whereas with Nami, everyone gets a 3 times boost, but then the predominant type on your team will be getting a higher boost. So it is a little bit different. So you guys will be seeing some of the different teams that we'll be able to come up with in this video against different bosses. So very interesting captain ability. As for Nami's special ability, it maxes down at a 14 turn cooldown. It will go ahead and state that if you have full HP when you launch the special, it completely removes enemy defense down immunity and then will remove their defense for 2 turns down to 0, which is fantastic. Just getting an innate ability for a 2 times self-proccing conditional boost that also removes defense down immunity. And then if you're not at full HP, she heals you by 50% of your crew's max HP. So if you have a substantial amount of health, that's going to be a huge heal. And then you still get the defense down for 1 turn and a 2 times conditional boost for 1 turn. So the difference is if you're at full HP, you remove defense down immunity and you get the conditional boost for 2 turns. And then obviously if you're not at full HP, it's only a 1 turn conditional and you do not remove the defense down immunity. Now, in my personal opinion, I feel that this special ability honestly could be buffed. And the way that I would buff it is just not even just removing defense down immunity, but allow her defense down to penetrate all immunity buffs. That would make it way more interesting because if the enemy has a full immunity buff, this special is basically pointless. Like, this special ability is basically useless if the enemy has full immunity. So if they just made her defense down at full HP go through all immunity buffs, that would make this character substantially better. Being a character you could self-proc 2 times conditional boost, use it essentially against everything so long as you have full HP. But either way, it is what it is. Now, she does have 2 sailor abilities, basically stating when you have 4 more characters of the same type, you get 125 attack. I don't use her as a sub in this video, so that's whatever. But she also will go ahead and resist special rewind by 3 turns. That's pretty good. As for her potential abilities, 7% damage reduction against strength. She has recovery bind by 7 turns, and she has slot bind resistance where she completely removes it, by the way, which is fantastic. And she does have a great support ability supporting Sanji or Kinemon that once per quest, if you use the character's special, when this character is attached to it, it will go ahead and remove their defense for 2 turns. That's so good, right? So good. And the thing is, Sober Mask is going to be coming soon. This character can attach to that, which is fantastic. So there's the quick rundown of the Onami character. Let's go ahead and jump into the showcase video. Alright, so getting into the swing of things, the first showcase we have is against Raid Carrot. Now, with this particular team, this is the only clip where I'm using KonradCurze as a friend captain. I use double Nami throughout the rest of this video, but it definitely helps having KonradCurze for this particular fight, as with the special limit that gets inflicted on stage 5, having the ability to get a 2 times attack and all boost with 1 special is phenomenal. And then you've got the Nami to also reduce the defense and as well as get the conditional boost and stuff. Obviously, this batch was made for taking on Raid Carrot, and it definitely does so very well. The other characters on this team as well are surprisingly really good. The World Clash Akano is fantastic. We can use him to remove the attack down that can be inflicted on stage 4. Get a full board of orbs for our quick characters as well. He provides an attack boost. He's just an exceptional character. I'm really happy that I do have World Clash Akano. And the other character we have is Knight Sanji. Knight Sanji is also really cool because he also can give you a full board of orbs as well as provide a 2 times orb boost for our quick and strength characters. So again, that's a very, very exceptional character to be using here. And then we do have the other two batch characters. We have the Otama to allow us to get the utility that can remove all the debuffs, well, pretty much all the debuffs on stage 4. And then we also have Okiku for color affinity for taking on the Jinbei boss, but totally unrequired. Okiku is definitely not required on this team. We are actually running the support quick ace on this team. So on the final boss stage, we can get free color affinity for our quick characters. So we have the 1.3 color affinity, we have the 2x conditional boost, we have the 2x attack and the 2x all boost, as well as the full board of matching slots. More than enough damage to take down Raid Carrot. Very, very straightforward. Exceptional team. So when you look at Onami on paper, you would probably think that her best team is going to be a mono quick team, and that is 100% true. It's very similar actually to her original version 1 counterpart of Nami, because V1 Nami, when she first released, or even still to this day, she is actually a Dex captain. She is built to be a Dex captain. This time around, she does have a little bit more flexibility. Like, obviously you can run double Nami and you can run a bunch of any other colored units that you want, or you can run Nami captain and run a hybrid friend captain with something else and then run some other characters on your team. That is definitely something that you could do as well. But in this video, I mainly went pretty straightforward, pretty mono with it, so that, you know, double Nami captains and then the 4 characters below are typically going to be the same typing, aside from this team, which is a little bit different, having Otama being an int unit on this team. So as I said at the start of the video, the way that it works is the predominant type on your team will be getting that 3.75 times attack boost, but any character that is not in that predominant type only gets a 3 times attack boost. So it's a pretty big drawback there. And another thing as well is that, you know, the predominant type gets that 3.75 times attack boost, but then they also get a 1.1 times color affinity boost. So it means that if you are running a team that does have that type advantage, which obviously if you are building Nami as your captain, you want to be building with predominant type advantage in order to get the most out of that, then obviously she's going to be doing reasonably well. But as I said at the start of the video as well, one of the main problems with Nami is that if the enemy has a full debuff immunity, her special ability is basically useless, and that's, in my opinion, a really, really poor design. What they really should have done is made her defense down just go through all immunity buffs if you're at full HP, and that would make her so much more useful. She could be used literally on any team, but now you really have to pick and choose where you need to use her, because if the enemy has a full immunity buff, like in this example here against Raid Bartolomeo on the final boss stage, he has a full immunity buff, so his special is her special is useless here. So we are going to be able to use Nami special against stage 4 to lower the defense of all the enemies, which will be a lot easier for taking them down, because typically they have pretty high defense, so we can use her special ability to lower their defense and get the most out of that, which is pretty cool. Raid Bartolomeo does have a condition where it says you can only bring fighter characters, slasher characters, and striker characters. So the fact that Nami is a striker means that we're definitely going to go ahead and try her out. Also because Bartolomeo is one of the most powerful free-to-play characters in the game, you should definitely farm him up if you haven't actually had a chance to do so. And also you are special limited here. So with this particular team, we have Shirahoshi and Mancherry to give us a full board of matching slots on the final boss stage. And then we can go ahead and activate the Stampede Sanji to give our strength, quick, and int characters a 1.75 attack and orb boost, and because we use limited rare recruit Caesar in the turn prior, we do have a 1.1 times chain boost in this room as well, so that's going to be more than enough damage to take down Bartolomeo without any problems. And I did actually realize that Ambush Garp is still going to be here. I did actually challenge Ambush Garp with this particular team you guys just saw, and it failed miserably, so you guys are going to be seeing here a different team that I ran against another raid to jump into Ambush Garp, which does utilize some side characters, of course. With this particular team, we've got CatDog here to give us an attack and a color affinity boost when we do eventually use our burst turn. We have, once again, Shirahoshi and Mancherry to guarantee us a full board of matching slots, and the really cool thing about it is by using Shirahoshi and Mancherry prior to the Nami special, you're going to be at full HP, which means you can get the most out of Nami, getting the ability to remove the defense down immunity, so I really wanted to showcase that somewhere. Luckily, Ambush Garp was active during her release there, so you can use her special ability, remove his defense down immunity, and then get 2 turns of a 2 times conditional boost, which is just, it's exceptional. It is really, really nice to have in that situation, but as I said, when there's full immunity buff, it's a pointless special, which is, again, very, very poor design. Then we've got the Rare Recruit Carrot here to remove paralysis and also do a little bit of orb manipulation here. And then we've got the Raid Barto as well to get us the ability to block damage for 2 turns, because he has the damage immunity, and unfortunately there's no side characters that can remove damage immunity by 2 turns. So the best bet is to just go ahead and stall it out, and Raid Barto allows you to do that, which is really, really nice. So I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip here against Ambush Garp, and we'll go ahead and quickly discuss the final clip of this video. The final clip here is going to be against the Blackbeard Forest. Now, this is definitely not a character I would suggest running against training forests. Like, yeah, you can definitely use her, but I wouldn't suggest it. Just because a lot of bosses in training forests have immunity buffs, which makes her special kind of useless. Like, I feel like Nami is just a much better sub in so many circumstances compared to using her as a captain. But, you know, one other thing that I haven't really touched on too much is the ability that she gives you 2 turns of cooldown reduction at the start of the quest, which is actually really good, right? So if you want to get through content relatively quickly, Nami is not a terrible option. But then again, saying that, if you want to run through content quickly, I feel like Nami still is not the best option. I'd say Kaido or Carrot are probably your next best bets, and eventually when we get them, the Arlong Pirates is also a very, very good character to run through content very quickly. So Nami, you know, in that kind of sense, she is decent for running through content relatively quickly, but again, team building with her is a little bit of a challenge, and I feel like if you are a beginner or a mid-game type of player, V2 Nami is not going to be a very good character for you as a captain, because I feel like you'll get the most out of her if you have a large variety of characters in your box to utilize all the different typings with a bunch of different synergy characters. Like in this team in particular, I do have a lot of legends on this team, and I don't think too many beginner or mid-game players will be able to build a team like this. This is by no means the most efficient team at clearing this particular training forest, but it gets the job done, so I wanted to show you guys how it went anyway. This was my first attempt at it as well. I was expecting to fail on the first attempt, but luckily enough, it actually still pulled through, which is really good. The damage output on the final boss stage against Blackbeard was exceptional. But either way you look at it, Nami is not really an ideal captain to be running for training forests. I would ideally use her for like something like Kizuna Clash. I think she would be fantastic for against strength bosses that enable you to use the conditional boost that Nami provides. In that type of niche situation, Nami would be like super duper godly. But outside of that, I mean, like raid bosses, because of the cooldown reduction, is exceptional as well. Colosseums with the cooldown reduction. Obviously, it's very niche to use her as a captain, but obviously, in my opinion, I do believe she's going to see way more usage as a sub comparison to a captain, because there are just way better speed captains to be running in this game. But that's my full run through and showcase of V2 Nami. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this one here today. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
大丈夫よ。
了解。やっ
女忍者ね。締めればいけるか。
荒れるなって方が無理だろう。